we're going to be talking with Dr. Vaughn Lawrence, and I'm telling you, this is going to be a really good show. It's informative, only because there is a lot of this going around. It's just gotten a lot larger and a lot bigger, but we will dive into that. You're listening to us on 94.5 FM and 1510 AM. You can always stream us online at thisiskansascity.com. Hit the streaming button. You can listen on your phone. You can listen on your computer. Now, this show is brought to you by two of our big sponsors, Evolve KC. They are a business solutions group, and they're 28 years in business. If you're looking for any technology solutions, anything like that, that's the people to call. I've known them 28 years in business. They're great people. So go evolvekc.com for more information. Our other big sponsor is Dr. Vaughn Lawrence from Spirit of Health. So I'm going to let you do the intro for the people who don't know what Spirit of Health is.
Sure. Yeah, we are a wellness center. We're in Grandview, Missouri. We started out with just a little retail store that was pretty small, selling vitamins, minerals, herbs, and we have just grown and expanded. I'm a naturopathic doctor. I have multiple other clinicians / practitioners that work with me to help people with chronic illness, everything from hormone imbalances to chronic disease and everything in between. We do lab testing to get to the root cause of why people aren't well, and we teach them how to get well and reverse their illness and ideally not live with that diagnosis anymore. You can read hundreds of testimonials on our website of people whose lives have been changed. We have a Pilates studio, dance studio. We do kids dance classes. We have like 8-9 instructors that teach different classes related to bar method and Pilates and weight types of classes. And what am I missing? Therapies. We have therapies. We do the ion detox foot baths, and we have some magnetic therapy devices. We have a lymph machine. We have the far infrared sauna. We have a Rife machine. We have, lots of other neat therapies as well. So, you put that all together, and it's a wellness center.
It's a total wellness center. I've been there several times. I'm going to tell you that the doctor here, he vets all these products.
Right.
So it's not like going to a big box store.
Nope.
So if you want to feel comfortable buying your medication or your supplements,
right.
Go to Spirit of Health, spiritofhealthkc.com. Plus, you can order all these things online, so you never have to leave the house. But if you want some people to recommend something, I suggest you go out there. 5901 Main Street in Grandview, Missouri, right off Highway 49, right on the main street there. And it's right a block down from the exit.
Yep, not even. Yep, right there.
So it's a great place. spiritofhealthkc.com. And then we will dive in to our show here in just a minute. I also want to let everybody know you need to get those carpets cleaned right now. Get all of that winter stuff out of your house. Call ZeroResKC.com. Well, you should go online. But they have great monthly specials, and they've got, it's not expensive. They use a patented water solution. Get those ducts cleaned out and get your carpets cleaned. There's so much that you track in during the winter. I know we didn't have a brutal winter, but it still happens. So ZeroResKC.com for more information. Now, we are going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to be joined with Dr. Vaughn Lawrence and Spirit of Health. We'll be right back.
Come to the Spirit of Health Wellness Center, where we determine the root cause of your health problems. While the medical system treats your symptoms, we treat the cause. The true diagnosis you need to hear are things like Lyme disease, mold toxicity, and heavy metal poisoning. Get real answers, hope, and take charge of your health through our detoxification programs and therapies. Shop over 200 varieties of organic bulk herbs and supplements in-store or online. Go to spiritofhealthkc.com. Spirit of Health, transforming lives through real health solutions. At Free State Gun Company, you're more than just a customer. You're part of our community. Whether you're shopping for your very first firearm, looking for the perfect accessory, or just need some expert advice, our team is ready and willing to help. We take pride in creating a store where you'll feel comfortable, supported, and confident in your choices. Stop by and see us at 16635 Midland Drive in Shawnee, or visit us online at freestateguncompany.com. That's freestateguncompany.com. Free State Gun Company, your partner in responsible shooting sports.
When's the last time you made it down to the beach to have the perfect seafood dinner? Come on down to Hook and Reel, just 15 minutes outside of downtown in Overland Park. We'll take good care of you. We've got the freshest seafood in Kansas City, from crab legs to shrimp to fresh mussels and clams, or some fresh shucked oysters. You can't make it to the beach for dinner? Come on down to Hook and Reel, 119th and Metcalf, 913-787-3660, hookandreel.com.
Are you a responsible gun owner looking to elevate your firearms experience? Or a new owner searching for the right gear and guidance? At Free State Gun Company, we're more than just a gun store. We're your trusted partner for quality firearms, accessories, and expert advice on responsible ownership and maintenance. Visit us in person at 16635 Midland Drive or online at www.freestateguncompany.com to find everything you need to enjoy your firearms safely and confidently. Free State Gun Company, your partner in responsible shooting sports.
Time for this week's wellness tip from Dr. Vaughn, brought to you by Spirit of Health.
What if the pain you've been living with isn't the problem, but the symptom? Whether it's joint pain, back pain, or inflammation that just won't go away, pain is never the root problem. It's a symptom of something deeper. And too often the solution we're offered? More pills. Nearly 70% of American adults take at least one prescription drug, and more than 1 in 4 take 4 or more every single day. Pain medications like NSAIDs, acetaminophen, and opioids mask the pain, but they don't heal it. In fact, long-term use can cause hormone imbalances, immune suppression, and even make pain worse over time. I'm Dr. Vaughn from Spirit of Health, and we believe your body was designed to heal. We offer natural solutions for inflammation, professional therapies, and powerful herbal support to reduce pain and restore movement, helping you safely reduce or even get off medications whenever possible. Don't mask your pain with another pill. Let's uncover the real cause and create a plan to get you feeling strong again. Call Spirit of Health today at 816-492-5648 or look us up at spiritofhealthkc.com.
Promised, we're joined in studio with Spirit of Health and Dr. Vaughn Lawrence. And we're going to dive into a topic today. But before we do that, I want to answer a couple of your quick questions that we had not gotten to last time.
Okay.
And that one is, I have absolutely no energy. Mm-hmm. I'm doing the right things. I'm hydrating. I'm eating well. I just have no energy.
Sure. Okay. Great question. That'll actually lead us into our next topic. Did you mention what our topic is going to be about?
I have not.
Okay. It's going to be cancer.
Yes.
Right? We're going to talk about cancer. So
don't be scared of that.
Don't be scared of that. But this low energy topic will actually lead into the cancer discussion. Okay. So low energy. So as I've said many times, everyone has two issues. They have deficiencies and they have toxicity. Okay? So if you're low in electrolyte minerals, magnesium, if you're low in B vitamins, if you're low in CoQ10 and other things that are important for cellular health, cellular function, even something like copper that we never think about or talk about, if you're deficient in these nutrients, you can't produce energy in the cells. Okay, so that's number one, is deficiency. Number 2 is toxicity. If your body's congested, it's overloaded, you're eating way too much food, way too many carbs, you're eating these fast food or these rancid oils, seed oils, like this toxicity, this overload, it's going to clog and drag down your body. Easy way to remember this. Thanksgiving, all the food's so good, and so you eat until you're stuffed, and then what are you going to do after that? Go run a couple miles? No. You're going to go take a nap because your body's like, yeah, I'm completely overloaded. Why don't we just sleep right now, right? So we have to remember that if we have, and that's the challenge, I think, with human health is God designed us to have balance, right? We can't eat too much food. We can't eat too little food, right? You can do too many supplements. You can do not enough because you're deficient. So you really have to find balance, and it's not the easiest thing in our world today. So yeah, there's not an immediate like, hey, do this for energy. I would say come in and do some lab tests. At the very least, get some blood work done. What are your deficiencies? Oh, you're low in these 4 or 5 primary things. And I tell you what, you start to replace those things in people, whether that's through food or supplements, and they shift. The light bulb turns on. The energy comes back. And so we have to address those 2 things to get our energy levels back. Of course, we want to you just take this supplement or you drink this one thing. But if you really want to solve the energy crisis in your body, you have to find out what's the cause of it. And that's what we're all about, right? We're all about root cause medicine, finding out why these issues are happening.
Right. And I can tell you that they'll just tell you to take B12.
Right. Which is not enough.
Well, it might not. You don't even know.
And you don't even know if that's what you need or
B12.
not. Right, exactly. You don't know if that's what you need or not, so it might help. It might not help. It might be too much. You might be taking the wrong form of B12. It might not absorb properly because you can't absorb B vitamins, B12 without B6 and without magnesium. So if you're deficient in other minerals, you can't even absorb what you're taking. And hence the problem, right? Everybody's hearing all this stuff out there, and they're taking all these supplements, and they have no clue what they actually need. And to me, that's where lab testing is so valuable.
I think it's important if they get the lab testing done.
Absolutely.
What do they do to get the lab testing?
If you just contact our office, I mean, all our labs are online. Like if you go to the website, spiritofhealthkc.com, go to services, there's a whole lab testing section. You can check out the labs. You can call the office. Anybody can do a free 15-minute discovery call. You just go to the website, go to services, consultations, click, set up a free 15-minute discovery call. We can talk to you about our process, what we do, labs, answer all your questions. And so, yeah, that's how you get the process started.
Well, I think that answers that question, and I would recommend you do that because a lot of people who go by, for example, magnesium, very important, but if you go, some of these people are buying low amounts, some are buying high amounts, and you don't know what your body actually needs when they go into the big box stores.
Exactly.
You don't even know what kind of magnesium.
Exactly. There's so many different forms of magnesium. It's confusing, right?
It is. It's very confusing. Okay, now back to our subject that we're going to be talking about. It's a little difficult to talk about, but it's affecting so many people. And I want to let everybody know we're talking about cancer and a lot of its forms, because there's a cancer, I think, out there for everything, right?
A lot of cancer, yep, sadly.
New cases in 2025. An estimated 2,041,910 new cases in 1 year.
Wow, that's insane.
Is that... in 2025, deaths... 618,120, which is roughly 1,700 people a day.
Wow.
So we have to, there's got to be a way. And I'm not talking about just after you get it. I'm talking about prevention too.
Right.
So tell us what cancer is.
Yeah, it's, gosh, there's so much to cover. I mean, we can just see how far we get and decide if we want to do another show on it, of course. But I would say this. If you look at medical literature, and when I say medical literature, right? We have writings from Hippocrates 2,000 years ago. We have Paracelsus, we have all these different medical textbooks and writings that go back over 2,000 years. You can read books from the 1700s, 1800s, and you will find very, very, very little cancer. Very little.
Right.
In fact, the first myocardial infarction, which is a heart attack, the first one ever recorded and documented and written down was in 1912. And now it kills 1 out of 2 people. So my first point is we have to understand that cancer and heart disease, I'm not saying it's never existed. What I'm saying is it's a modern problem. It's a last 100 years modern lifestyle problem. And there's a lot of different components to that. But my message has always been, hey, get back to God, get back to original creation, original design, clean food, clean water, stop eating processed food, blah, 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 right? We know the message, right? It's not easy to do, but we know the message. But I just want to make it clear that like cancer isn't some like new mysterious disease. It's like We've been studying it for over 100 years. We know what it is. We know what causes it. Sadly, doctors today, even oncologists, it's all fear-based. Well, we have no idea what causes it. It's probably genetic. There's nothing you can really do about it. Of course, we know all they offer is 3 things, right? Chemotherapy, radiation, or surgery. Yes. That's it. I don't know of anything else in their arsenal but those 3 things. So to me, the first step, and I'd love to do this, well, again, how far do we want to dive into it? But the first thing is I think if people understood the disease and what it is, maybe we wouldn't fear it so much. But I think what happens is we get a diagnosis. Oh my gosh, people die. Like you said, 1,700 people die of this every year.
Every day.
Every day. I better listen to what my doctor says. I better do exactly what he says, or I'm going to die too. Right?
Yes.
So it's, and I'm not saying
it's incredibly scary.
It's very scary. And there's not some reality that it's bad and it's serious. There is, but I think they use fear as a way to, and because I see it in my office every day, they want you to start tomorrow. Right? They want the chemotherapy, the radiation, the surgery, like we're going to schedule for tomorrow. It's like ASAP, almost like you don't even have time to think about it, right? But part of it is they never have I heard of a medical doctor or an oncologist explaining to people what cancer is. Okay, so that was your question to me. That's what you posed to me. What is cancer? There's lots of books written down there on cancer. One I read that was really fascinating was called Cancer as a Metabolic Disease. So I had mentioned earlier that the energy question is related to cancer. Okay? So at the cellular level, I think we can all agree that cancer is a cellular disease.
Correct.
Something's happening in the cells. Something's gone wrong in the cells. It actually comes down to the ability of those cells to produce energy or not. So if the environment in which the cells are living, so whether we're talking about pancreas or liver or bone, wherever the cancer is,
right?
Whatever that environment is, there's an environment in there that's so sick, so toxic, so depleted that cells cannot reproduce properly. Cells reproduce primarily with oxygen, but all those things I just mentioned, the B vitamins, the magnesium and the electrolyte minerals, CoQ10, all those other nutrients are required for healthy cellular reproduction. And the way God designed the body is the cells have to turn over all day, every day by the millions, right? So cells are dying, we're reproducing cells. And so the ability of those cells to reproduce comes down to the environment in which they're living. So when the environment of the body is sick or toxic, again, especially in a specific area, the cells have to still divide. They have to still replicate. That's the only way you're going to continue to live. But now the nutrients aren't available. The oxygen's not available. There's a term called the Warburg effect. You can look that up. But it's basically cells morph. they change. We've heard of like cancer as like cells gone rogue, or there's confused cells,
yes,
or whatever. Right? That's that generic thing that doctors tell you. What it is the God-given nutrients, oxygen, the environment in which cells need to reproduce has been dramatically altered. And now the cells have to reproduce using glycolysis. Now they're using sugar to reproduce, which is a very inefficient form of cellular replication. This is why they say, well, cancer, sugar feeds cancer, right? Cancer feeds on sugar. Don't eat sugar. Sugar's the worst thing you can possibly do. Well, yeah, I mean, that's true. But the reason is now those sick, unhealthy cells, because they can't produce energy properly, are now using sugar to reproduce those new cells. That's inefficient. That's not how God designed it. And that's why the cells continue to replicate out of control and in an unhealthy way. And that is, in a nutshell, a very general description of what cancer is.
It's just, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. Totally makes sense. It just, a lot of people are wondering, first of all, I think you explained it, but if you don't have it, people get scared they will.
Right.
So everybody's scared this might happen to me.
Right.
So is there would be, at the bottom half of the hour, I want to talk more about kind of like treatments.
Sure.
Before
absolutely
prevention, you ever get it.
Prevention, or what you can do. And, a lot of people think cancer can't be reversed. I mean, 100% it can. There's tens of thousands of documented cases of people reversing cancer. There's books out there written about people who reverse cancer. The doctors, again, they won't tell you any of those things. They don't really give you those options. They say radiation, chemo, surgery. Like, that's it. Here's your percentages, chance of survival. You may or may not make it, but this is all we got. And so I think people should look at alternatives. And there's a lot out there. A lot.
Okay. Now, if somebody has cancer, they have to, and they need surgery and all of that, the post-cancer surgery, you're doing the same thing. Chemo, radiation. You're doing radiation before, and afterwards you're doing chemo.
Yeah, I think it's sad. I mean, I hate to say it. I think it's true, and so I say it. You have to remember it's a business model. These hospitals are just a for-profit business. I'm not saying they're not doing good things for people sometimes. Emergency care, I always joke, like, if you get shot in the leg, please do not come see me, right?
Right.
I'm not your guy for
right.
that. But it's a business model. And so when you get diagnosed with cancer, okay, here's what you're going to do: all these things. And, yes, the cancer is breast cancer, and we can cut it out and remove it, but then we still want you to do 2 years of chemotherapy past that. And so you removed the cancer. Like, can I just do diet, lifestyle? Can I just live a healthier lifestyle to prevent it for the future? No, you're going to do 2 years of chemo. Right?
Yeah.
So it's a business model. Now, of course, they can say, well, these are the reasons why, and, you can make that decision. To me, informed consent would be, hey, here's the statistics, here's the pros and cons. Why don't you decide what's best? Well, they don't do that. I know a family, I don't want to say too much, but I know a family whose child, they went through chemo and radiation. They did the tests. They said your cancer is 100% gone. There is no more cancer. They said, but you're going to do 2 years of chemotherapy. And the parents said, no, I don't want to do chemotherapy. And they called Child Protective Services, threatened to take their child away from them. And they had to move to Mexico to protect their child from these thugs in the medical system and Child Protective Services who don't want to allow the parents to make their own choices for what's best for their children. To me, that is criminal.
And I think it's criminal too. But, from my own experience, the chemotherapy is brutal, and the side effects are, there's huge side effects.
Absolutely.
And, you develop all these other things while taking the chemotherapy. Then they want to, on that third year, they want to put you on some kind of inhibitor.
Right.
And so you're taking all this medication, you're doing all this, and then you end up with all these other side effects. That's I know that personally.
And more times than not, the cancer comes back.
I know.
More times than not. And the reason why, it's honestly pretty simple. Cancer is a metabolic disease. Cancer is a cellular dysfunction, a mitochondrial dysfunction, an energy problem. You can't produce energy properly at the cellular level if you want to oversimplify it. When you treat that condition with more toxins, more poisons, you've done nothing to restore human health. The best you've done is bought yourself some time, right? Because the actual cancer that you have, you either zapped it with radiation or you poisoned it enough to knock it down, knock it back, knock it out temporarily. You've done nothing to improve human health. I cannot stress that enough. This is why it comes back over and over, and it comes back worse. And sometimes by the time it comes back worse, it's so aggressive and the body's so far gone that, well, there's nothing we can do anymore. And you see this over and over and over and over again. Now, if somebody's young enough, if they're a young child, or the cancer's isolated to one spot, of course, we can treat it. The body's strong. The body can reestablish health and its immune system and all of those good things. So there is, quote unquote, success with cancer treatments if it's caught early, if it's isolated, if the person's strong enough, if it's healthy enough. It still doesn't mean that any of those treatments do anything to improve or restore human health. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, and it is so sad to me when I go to the cancer center and there's all these children.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad.
We shouldn't even have children's hospitals. They shouldn't exist.
Why do children get... I understand adults because they're leading their lifestyle this way, or they're doing something like, but why children?
It's a failure on so many levels. It's a failure of culture. It's a failure of the food system. It's the failure of the medical system. And so no one person or government or anything can... I love the Maha movement. It's not going to fix the problem. Okay? The food is toxic. Our lifestyles are toxic. And the herbicides, the pesticides, blah, blah, blah. We know all that. We can go on forever about all the toxins and the poisons of our world. But I, as a parent... Yeah. I am responsible for my 3 children, right?
Right.
And I try to help other people, right? That's what I do. I hey, here's your toxins and poisons. Here's your deficiencies. Here's how you get well. Here's what you change. Here's what you take. Here's what you do. And people get well, praise God, because God is an amazing designer of the human body. It's just we've interfered with it so much that it's not working properly anymore. So the good thing is there's solutions out there, but I'm responsible for my children, which is why we don't eat processed food, which is why I don't let my kids eat candy that has the colors and the dyes in it, which is why I didn't vaccinate my children. People might have different opinions on that, but whether you vaccinate or not vaccinate, there's a risk involved. And I choose not to take the risk of putting a toxic soup of poisons into my child's bloodstream that I don't think is good for them. That's been my choice. Now, my kids are 13, 11, and 9, and they're healthy and they have no issues, so I'm not, oh my gosh, they're going to get measles. Like, all this fear out there is ridiculous.
It is. There's
it's ridiculous. So, anyway, yeah, we just, we can do it. It's hard, but there's a lot working against us, sadly, in our culture today. But going back to answer your question, I believe there's a failure of our culture, really, is the bottom line. And only us as individuals at the grassroots level can find the answers and fix it, because no system is going to fix it. No government system, no medical system. If you're out there thinking that the medical system is going to find a cure for cancer, you should have realized that ship sailed a long, long time ago.
Wow. Okay, on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to be joined back in studio with Dr. Vaughn Lawrence and Spirit of Health right after this.
Get paid more for your tech. Paymore offers cash on the spot for a wide range of devices, including phones, tablets, laptops, video games, cameras, drones, and much more. Paymore accepts new, used, and broken devices, and Paymore offers on-the-spot data wiping to keep your sensitive information secure. Paymore now has 3 locations, 135th in Antioch, 1415 Douglas and Lee Summit, and on the corner of Westport Road and Southwest Traffic Way. Paymore, the smart place to sell electronics.
Hey, basketball fans, join Sports Radio 810 WHB and Miller Lite for the Miller Lite Fan Fest, featuring team pep rallies, watch parties, contests, live music, great food, cold Miller Lite, and more. Make your plans now to join us every day for the Miller Lite Fan Fest at KC Live in the Power and Light District, your home for the Big 12 tournament in Kansas City, March Madness, the Final Four, and National Championship. Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Time for this week's wellness tip from Dr. Vaughn, brought to you by Spirit of Health.
What if the pain you've been living with isn't the problem, but the symptom? Whether it's joint pain, back pain, or inflammation that just won't go away, pain is never the root problem. It's a symptom of something deeper. And too often, the solution we're offered? More pills. Nearly 70% of American adults take at least one prescription drug, and more than 1 in 4 take 4 or more every single day. Pain medications like NSAIDs, acetaminophen, and opioids mask the pain, but they don't heal it. In fact, long-term use can cause hormone imbalances, immune suppression, and even make pain worse over time. I'm Dr. Vaughn from Spirit of Health, and we believe your body was designed to heal. We offer natural solutions for inflammation, professional therapies, and powerful herbal support to reduce pain and restore movement, helping you safely reduce or even get off medications whenever possible. Don't mask your pain with another pill. Let's uncover the real cause and create a plan to get you feeling strong again. Call Spirit of Health today at 816-492-5648 or look us up at spiritofhealthkc.com.
When's the last time you made it down to the beach to have the perfect seafood dinner? Come on down to Hook and Reel. Just 15 minutes outside of downtown in Overland Park. We'll take good care of you. We've got the freshest seafood in Kansas City. From crab legs to shrimp to fresh mussels and clams, or some fresh shucked oysters. You can't make it to the beach for dinner? Come on down to Hook and Reel, 119th and Metcalf, 913-787-3660. hookandreel.com.
Rising prices make it tough to run a business today, so if you're tired of spending so much money on credit card processing and wondered what happened to customer service, check out Evolved KC's point-of-sale solutions. They're available for restaurants and retail, and they turn daunting operations into a simple, streamlined process with local in-person customer service. You'll find them in Overland Park, and they're a local family business. Go to goevolvekc.com. That's goevolvekc.com. Time to start saving money with Evolved KC, your partner in today's business world.
Welcome back to This is Kansas City. If you have a question for Dr. Vaughn, you can always text us. I usually during these shows I don't take live callers. I think Mike, you were here last Christmas when I did the gift card giveaway.
Yep.
It was a mess.
It was a lot of callers.
It was a lot of callers. So text us 913-303-0550 if you have a question. Or you could always go to thisiskansascity.com, bottom of the homepage, contact us, write your questions in. Dr. Vaughn is usually on 2 times a month, and we can answer those. So, we're back to talking about cancer.
Right.
How do you restore cellular energy?
Yeah, as a concept, it's simple. Of course, there's a lot to it. And I feel like sometimes I repeat myself over and over, but I feel like we kind of have to.
Yes.
Because, again, cancer in the medical world is scary. We have zero clue why it happens. We just don't have any answers. And let me just make that point. If cancer's rampant, and it's growing, and if our medical system had answers, and if pharmaceutical drugs were working, then why is chronic disease, especially cancer and heart disease, accelerating? Why do we keep looking to man and man-made drugs and pharmaceuticals and doctors, medical doctors? Why do we keep looking to them for our solutions if everything continues to get worse? So I just have to make that point. And I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. It's because we've abandoned God. We have to get back to creation, good food, clean water, clean living. The answer will never be found in a man-made pill. And so that's never going to change. It goes back to, like, I actually just did a class on this recently. It goes back to the Garden of Eden, Genesis chapter 3, when Satan deceived Eve and said, if you eat this apple, you will have wisdom, you will be like God. This is what we're trying to do. We are trying to be like God. We have a chemical, pharmaceutical-based drug answer for cancer. We're going to kill the cancer. We're going to delete this gene. We're going to do XYZ. I mean, man will continue to play God. And we will find that is never, ever going to be the solution. So really the solution is how to restore cellular health. It's what are the absolute foundational things to restore your body and your health at the cellular level. Any one of these things we could talk about for hours, so I'll just give you the brief list. I really believe the biggest problem is toxicity. Why do we have more cancer than ever before in human history? Because our world's more toxic than ever before in human history, right? The herbicides, the pesticides, the heavy metals, glyphosate is an atrocity. The infectious disease, we talked about parasites last time, right? Infectious disease is rampant. Of course, if the cells are growing abnormally in a toxic soup environment, infectious disease is always present. Parasites is a problem in 97% of these cases. I just made that number up. I don't know what it is. I'm just saying infectious disease is always related to cancer and chronic illness. Always, always, always. So we have to get the toxicity out of the human body. We have to clear poisons out of the body. We got to get parasites out, these environmental toxins out, heavy metals out. We have to cleanse. That's been a message of mine for 15 years. Cleanse and detoxify the body. 2 Corinthians 7:1 in the Bible says, cleanse yourself of all filthiness of flesh and spirit. So we have to get the toxins out. How can the cells reproduce energy properly living in a toxic environment? So that's one. And then number two, I said it earlier already, I'll say it again. The body does not work and the cells do not work, and they cannot produce energy without the proper nutrients, without the proper foundations. Find out, are you deficient in magnesium, in copper, in iron, in CoQ10, and B vitamins, and on and on and on and on and on. If we're deficient in these nutrients, at the cellular level, we cannot flip the switch to replicate DNA properly, to replicate mitochondrial properly. And when the energy production in the body fails, the cells turn to glucose metabolism, which is sugar metabolism, which is glycolysis, which is the Warburg effect, where the cells start replicating in an unhealthy, toxic way, and that is cancer. So we have to eat good food, whole food, stop eating processed food, nothing with colors and dyes, nothing man-made, ideally nothing out of a box. Please stop. Taco Bell and McDonald's and Burger King should not be in business.
Let's not.
It's an atrocity that they even exist. It really is. It is not food. And so again, look at the world we live in today. If you're worried about cancer, heart disease, or these things, like, start eating real food that grandma and grandpa ate in the early 1900s. Eat foods that a farmer would have eaten off of his land. So go back to eating real food. We need sunshine. You want to talk about the number one way to increase energy in the body? and increase mitochondrial in the body and to turn on healthy genetic expression, sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. And what are we told is bad for us and scary and we need to avoid, and we need to slather this white chemical paste all over our body to avoid, right.
Yeah.
Our world is so ridiculously backwards. And I'm sorry to say it because I know there's good people out there and there's good Christians out there, but the reality is we've turned away from God in the area of health and wellness. And what we're dealing with today, the epidemic we're dealing with today, is the repercussion, the consequences of that.
You know, it makes sense, but before I move on to the next, I have a quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What is CoQ10?
Oh, yeah. I mean, CoQ10.
I mean, I heard of it,
yeah,
but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, there's. I mentioned CoQ10 because it's a big one, but there's NAD. There's all kinds of nutrients found in the cells that are required for the body to turn on cellular energy properly. So CoQ10 is the most abundant nutrient in the human heart, but it's actually in every cell. So every muscle, every tissue of the human body. It's one of the reasons I'm so big on believing statin drugs are so evil, because they shut down CoQ10 production in the body, which is why if you look at all the side effects under statin drugs, most of them are because it shuts down your own natural CoQ10 production out of your body, which causes all those side effects. And so, yeah, you need it for cellular energy. It's a nutrient. It's an antioxidant, if you wanted to name it something. Okay, it's an antioxidant that's required for cellular protection and to help increase and improve cellular function, specifically mitochondria. And now when we dive into the latest in cancer research, there's many, many, many people, and I'm one of them, that believe cancer is a mitochondrial dysfunction disease. So if you can fix the mitochondria, you can fix cancer. And trust me, chemotherapy and radiation is not fixing the mitochondrial problem. It's causing more of it.
Yes, it gives you so many more problems.
Exactly.
At one point, I was up to 19 pharmaceuticals a day.
Dang.
19.
Wow.
And basically, you said that, 1 in 4 people take it? I don't know what the stat was. I was just on your
I don't know what
commercial.
statistic you're looking at. I mean, 6 billion prescriptions a year.
It said that at least
in America,
a percentage of Americans take 4 or more a day.
Yep.
And it's just outrageous.
And is it solving the problem? Who's healthier out there? How many people you know are healthier now than your grandparents were?
Well, these stats prove that it's not working.
Actually, the statistics show that my children, this generation, this next generation, will be the first generation to die sooner than their parents.
Amazing.
Right. We think that like we've got this longevity thing going on and we're increasing lifespan and all these miracle pharmaceutical drugs and all these things we do are increasing lifespan. Absolutely bogus. Total lie. Fabrication, twisting of data and information. It's not true at all. And even if people are living a few years longer, what's the quality of life when you have cancer and diabetes and people are in misery and they're in pain and they're losing their feet and they're getting body parts cut off and they're living on oxygen just to survive.
Go in for dialysis.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, if we help people live longer, but their quality of life is atrocious for 10 years, to me, that's not living.
It's not funny. And it's
not.
It's, you know.
And it doesn't have to be.
In 2025, roughly 9.7 Americans, adults in the U.S., we're not even including children, 9.7 of all of our population reported some cancer, a diagnosis of
10 million,
cancer.
almost 10 million people?
To almost 10% of our
almost
population.
10%. Okay,
yeah, 10%.
So that's like 38 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that amazing?
Yeah. And again, why? And why do we keep turning to the medical system if they had any answers statistics should be getting better, not worse.
Right.
They don't have the answers. They don't. I'm sorry, they don't. It's just that we're not given a choice. We're not educated. We're not told what else can we do. But the books are out there. The testimonials are out there. The documentaries are out there. Why is it all ignored? It's not part of their business model. Their goal is to make trillions of dollars off of your sickness. They don't want you cured.
That's just, again, we don't know. This is your opinion.
Right.
But it's probably, you're probably right on track. Because, boy. Okay, on that note, we're going to take another quick break. And when we get back, we're going to close out the show. We're going to have to do another show on this because I didn't get to half of these questions.
Yeah, I'd love to. Love it.
But we'll be right back after these messages.
Come to the Spirit of Health Wellness Center where we determine the root cause of your health problems. While the medical system treats your symptoms, we treat the cause. The true diagnosis you need to hear are things like Lyme disease, mold toxicity, and heavy metal poisoning. Get real answers, hope, and take charge of your health through our detoxification programs and therapies. Shop over 200 varieties of organic bulk herbs and supplements in-store or online. Go to spiritofhealthkc.com. Spirit of Health, transforming lives through real health solutions.
Brian Haney here. When I'm looking for the latest on Kansas athletics, I go to Kansas Nation. Interviews, news conferences, daily and weekly shows, and podcasts. It's all on kansasnation.com. Featuring Tyshawn Taylor, Brandon McAnderson, Chris Harris Jr., KU's official podcast, The Jayhawker with Nate Bukaty, and Catch Me with Jayhawk Greats on Haney and the Hawks. Kansas Nation, built for Jayhawk fans.
Are you a responsible gun owner looking to elevate your firearms experience? Or a new owner searching for the right gear and guidance? At Free State Gun Company, we're more than just a gun store. We're your trusted partner for quality firearms, accessories, and expert advice on responsible ownership and maintenance. Visit us in person at 16635 Midland Drive or online at www.freestateguncompany.com to find everything you need to enjoy your firearms safely and confidently. Free State Gun Company, your partner in responsible shooting sports.
March Mania is back at the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino at Kansas Speedway. Don't be a bench warmer, get in the game. Reserve your seats now and don't miss a minute of the action. Bet live, cash out early, and experience every buzzer beater like never before. Tables are filling fast, so reserve yours before they're gone at HollywoodCasinoKansas.com. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
Time for this week's wellness tip from Dr. Vaughn, brought to you by Spirit of Health.
What if the pain you've been living with isn't the problem, but the symptom? Whether it's joint pain, back pain, or inflammation that just won't go away, pain is never the root problem. It's a symptom of something deeper. And too often, the solution we're offered? More pills. Nearly 70% of American adults take at least one prescription drug, and more than 1 in 4 take 4 or more every single day. Pain medications like NSAIDs, acetaminophen, and opioids mask the pain, but they don't heal it. In fact, long-term use can cause hormone imbalances, immune suppression, and even make pain worse over time. I'm Dr. Vaughn from Spirit of Health, and we believe your body was designed to heal. We offer natural solutions for inflammation, professional therapies, and powerful herbal support to reduce pain and restore movement, helping you safely reduce or even get off medications whenever possible. Don't mask your pain with another pill. Let's uncover the real cause and create a plan to get you feeling strong again. Call Spirit of Health today at 816-492-5648 or look us up at spiritofhealthkc.com.
Welcome back to This is Kansas City. We're joined in studio with Spirit of Health and Dr. Vaughn. Now, if you want to get hold of Spirit of Health, spiritofhealthkc.com. You can call them at 816-492-5648. They're located at 5901 Main Street in Grandview, Missouri, and right off of Highway 49. But I think you should go into the store. That you could order everything online. It's just my opinion. I think you should go in and start with the blood tests. to find out what deficiencies.
Great start.
What deficiencies you do have, rather than guessing for yourself.
Right.
Because if you over-supplement or under-supplement, there could be
consequences.
Yeah.
Because the body has to be in balance.
Yeah.
Right. So you hear a good advertisement, you're like, oh my gosh, I need that. And you just start taking it. And you just feel like you have no idea if you need it or not.
You have no idea. No idea.
Yep.
And some of these new medications, they kind of scare me too. Like all these people that are taking these injections, these GLPs.
Right. Oh my gosh, that's scary.
It is scary, isn't it? I mean, you have generics out now that are in the form of a pill.
People don't know what they are. I think I talked about that on a show, that they're based off of Gila monster venom. They paralyze your digestion.
The Gila monster?
Yeah. Gila monster venom. It's a peptide.
The dragon?
The dragon.
And it bites its victim and nothing...
And it paralyzes them.
Yeah, paralyzes them.
So when you take that, it paralyzes your digestion, which is why people lose their appetite and they lose weight. But it's also why it has all the side effects, because those are all the side effects of venom poisoning.
Oh, my gosh.
Look it up.
Oh, my gosh. That's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, our whole world's scary. The fact that we take these drugs because the doctors say so, and we don't look up what it is or what it does to the body, oh, my gosh, what is going on?
And you're right. All these, you go into any of these hardware stores, the shelves are lined with pesticides.
Oh, yeah.
And people are spraying that all over their yard, and then the kids go out there and play.
Yep.
It's scary, isn't it?
Totally. Yeah, some of the sickest people I've seen actually lived on a golf course or lived by a park, and they had all those chemicals sprayed, or lived, in Iowa by a farm. Iowa, a specific area in Iowa, actually near where my relatives live, is the highest rates of cancer in the entire country.
Because of the pesticides.
And then you got Monsanto saying, oh, glyphosate, we're doing the research, but it doesn't cause cancer. I mean, they're paying out millions of dollars right now on lawsuits right now. Millions of dollars in lawsuits. But as long as their profits are more than the money they pay out in lawsuits, it won't go away. We don't take something off the market because it's bad for us. We take something off the market because it's not profitable to the company anymore.
Well, that's one thing that this administration and
they're trying.
Mr. Kennedy has done is to eliminate those dyes.
Yes.
If you go,
it's a step.
It is a step, but if you go all over Europe and you get the cereal,
right, different ingredients. Coca-Cola in Mexico has different ingredients than it does here.
And it actually tastes better.
No high fructose corn syrup. They actually have to use real sugar. What a concept. It's amazing. Why don't we do that here? What is our problem?
I don't know, but we are now.
Yeah.
I heard that all the big store or the big manufacturers of cereal are going to eliminate all the dyes.
I mean, they're giving them a few years to change.
Oh, yeah, it'll take a couple of years.
Sad, but anyway. Yeah. That stuff's so toxic.
But they've proven I forgot what it was. I saw it on the news. Red dye
40.
Red dye 40.
Yep.
They know that causes cancer.
Absolutely, it does.
And people still get it and spread it on stuff.
Yep, and they still give kids candy. Like, I go to my kids' basketball, football, soccer, go to dance. It doesn't matter what event we're going to. They're handing kids this candy, this junk that's poison for them.
It's amazing. And we are going to, at break, I was talking with the doctor, and we are going to do a show in the future where we're going to explain what processed foods, what whole foods.
Yes.
A whole show
That'd be
on
good.
Nutrition.
That'd be good.
So that we could understand what that is.
Right, because if you want to reverse diabetes or heart disease or cancer, you want to reverse it or you want to prevent it, then actually the most important thing you can do is your diet. What you do or don't put in your body every single day is key. And if people actually believed that and stopped just doing all the medical stuff and all the stuff the doctor said and actually believed that and did it, we could drop our rates of chronic disease in half in a year if people just ate differently. Like, it really matters that much.
And I have a whole nother... we only have a minute left, but I have a whole nother list of questions for you on this. So we're going to have to do another show on that. I'm excited for the processed food show because I was at a friend's house and they were eating salami and they said, no, it's not processed. Look, it's right there.
What's their definition of process, right?
They don't know.
Exactly.
Nobody knows. Well, a lot of people know, but
the food manufacturers know.
And they fool you, right?
Yeah. If you worked in that factory where a lot of this food is produced, they'll tell you they don't eat that food because they see how it's made. It's so disgusting. Look up a video on the internet on how chicken McNuggets are made. It will gross you out.
I saw that.
Did you?
I saw that.
It's like this pink paste dough
it comes
garbage.
Out of the huge
it's the weirdest thing. It's oh my! We give that to our kids, really?
I can't. I saw that, and I was like, I can't believe I just saw that.
I know, and now you can't unsee it.
No,
right?
You can't. And then they go through the conveyor belt and sprinkle the stuff on them.
It's just atrocious, man.
It is.
And back in the day, we grabbed a chicken, we cut off its head, we defeathered it, and we cooked it.
On that note, we're going to be back with another great show probably next week. I don't know. We got the tournament going.